Well, hello and welcome back to the Tao Manifesting Tarot, the audio edition. Thank you very much for being here. I know, obviously, you're looking at the screen. You're going, what are you talking about audio? I'm looking at a picture. Here, I see the 5-card spread. Well, that's all you're going to see. No movement, not me, nothing. Just this 5-card spread. And the reason this is significant is because it is intended to remove distractions. As I have said umpteen million times, we are the most distracted society likely the world has ever known. We are having so many things thrown at us from so many directions, all at the same time, that we're overwhelmed. And in fact, there's even a fatigue. More and more people I'm talking to are tired of the constant pressure to be connected. Because it's all artificial. It's all phony. In a short time ago, back, maybe 30 years ago, for somebody 20, that's ancient history, but about 30 years ago, we didn't have these portable phones. You had your privacy. You had your space. You had room to breathe. You don't have that anymore. Back 6 months ago, I did some charity work on the phone, and that's tough work. I know the people who call you and ask for money and stuff are a pain in the ass. I get it. For the most part, not all, but for the most part, they're just doing a job and trying to be helpful to an organization, a group, whatever. Nevertheless, people are tired of being bothered all the time. They have no privacy. They don't have any space. And if the artificial intelligence people get their way, you won't even have the space in your head. They will know your thoughts for you. So what the hell is the point of all of this? It's to distract you. It's to keep you from focusing, from concentrating, from seeing what is really going on. Because if you really see what's going on, maybe you'll get off your ass and you'll do something about it. Change it, make it better. That is yet to be seen. However, we're getting some interesting information around the world. We got the farmers in Germany. We got the farmers in Brussels. We got the farmers in France rising up saying enough is enough. We got people in England and Ireland saying get the immigrants out, and more countries are doing that. And we have that same problem here in the country, and we got an interesting showdown, which I love. States' rights versus Washington. If you look at the Constitution, it was the states who formed the federal government, not the other way around. States' rights are sacrosanct, and we're having a battle now. Now, this could be a kind of civil war. I'm sure people will refer to it as that. But the fact of the matter is it's a states' rights issue. Do the states along the southern border have a right to protect themselves from being inundated by immigrants? Do you know that just in the last year, about 9 million people crossed over illegally? Doors open. Nobody did a word. They just come on in. We don't have any information about them. There's no records of any kind. We can't do anything. But I think what they do is give them a cell phone and some provisions and then transport them to the middle America. New York, Chicago, wherever. All right. Well, first of all, who gave the federal government the right to do that? Number two, 9 million people in a year is the same population as the state of Ohio. There's something sinister going on, and so it's an interesting situation, and that's why they distract you. They don't want you to know about that stuff. They don't want you to think about that. The man who probably has done the most single-handed damage to democracy, the United States, is John D. Rockefeller. He was the richest man in the world, they figure, at the time that he was living, right around 1900, give or take 50 years. So in that time period of about 100 years, he was the richest man, and he said, because he created our education system, he created big pharma, he created the oil industry, He said he created the education system because he wanted a nation of workers, not thinkers. Workers, not thinkers. So your ability to think on your own, to have your own thoughts, to think for yourself based on available information is very powerful. In fact, John D. Rockefeller, as rich as he was, worried about it more than almost anything else. You having the ability to think. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to inspire you, to get you to think. And we're using the manifesting ability to help you in that regard. So, enough of me. Let's get to the middle card. It's the Oracle card, Milk and Honey. Milk and honey. Now, you may have heard that expression. I would think that it's probably more biblical in the sense that that might be where you got the information from, because in the Old Testament, they talked about a land of milk and honey. The promised land was a land of milk and honey. You go, what's the big deal? Well, you could live, literally you could live off of milk and honey. Milk, back 2,000 years ago, was not pasteurized, homogenized. It came right from the animal, loaded with enzymes. And I'm not going to get into a science thing, but with more enzymes, you have full access to all the nutrition in whole milk, including the good fats that you find in milk. It was very powerful food. Then we come to honey. Now, honey is sweet, and of course everybody has a sweet tooth, more or less. But here's something else we found out just recently, in the last 10 years. They got into a tomb in Egypt as they were digging around, and they found some honey from Egypt. They figure it's at least 3,000 years old, could be a little older, but at least 3. Perfectly edible. Tastes good, good for you, still good 3,000 years later. What the hell's with that? Well, we come to find out that when the bees put the honey together, and we don't mess with it, we don't separate it, put in artificial stuff and all this, just leave it the way the bees made it because they got the formula. You do that, and you have something that's antimicrobial, antifungal, antiviral, loaded with all kinds of good health and vitamins, and it's just 3,000 years, no refrigeration, and it's still good. Give you an idea? So milk and honey back in the day was the full menu. In other words, you couldn't do any better than milk and honey, the land of milk and honey. And that kind of ties into our meme for today, which says there are some things that money just can't buy, like manners, morals, integrity. I can add quite a few more, but let's just stick with the meme. There are some things money just can't buy: manners, morals, integrity. It can't buy happiness, can't buy gratitude, can't buy friends, can't buy love, can't buy health, because we all die in the end. So when we talk about the full menu, the menu full of milk and honey, it means excellence. It means satiation. You're completely filled inside and out. You have all the nutrition you need. You have everything that you need to live and live well. The full menu, milk and honey. And it is the stuff money can't buy. That's why we're all so disappointed and disheartened and lost, because we've been led to believe that if you have money, you can do anything. And we're finding that out painfully. So, let's go to the reading all the way to the left. We have the Six of Cups. Six of Cups is nostalgia. There may be something or someone, some memory from your past that will work its way into your life. I am suspecting it will be enjoyable. It will be positive. Because the next card, which is in reverse, is the Chariot. And the Chariot talks about having a direction, knowing where you want to go, willpower, focus. This guy, because it's in reverse, this is something that you're thinking about. You're saying to yourself, you know what? I want to go back to the old feelings, old times, something from your past. I want to go back because it felt like home. It felt safe. It felt comfortable. It felt peaceful. It fed me, my mind, my body, my spirit. I want that again. You haven't done it yet. That's what the reverse chariot is saying, but you're thinking about it. Don't worry, you're going to have your chance. And in fact, I don't think it's going to be anything that comes to you in an obvious way. And the reason I feel that way is because the next card, and that has to do with the High Priestess. High Priestess is intuition, wisdom, the subconscious mind. You are tapping into your subconscious, and you're doing that because of the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is this memory of this person, this situation, this thing, whatever, that it just kind of like wraps you in a nice, comfortable, soft blanket. It feels good, right to your bones. And so that's why you climb on the chariot and say, I got to go in that direction. You're not doing it yet, but you will do it. What you need to do is follow your attention. Follow your subconscious. You will be given clues, feelings. Follow those feelings. Go with them. And the final card is the Ace of Wands. You will get to a happier place. You will get to a place where you feel empowered, where you feel joy, positivity, and enthusiasm. Okay? So this is the full menu. That's what you want in your life. You know that everything is not going to be perfect, but you want to sit down to a banquet of possibilities. What your life has the potential to become. You have the clues with the Six of Cups. You know the direction with the Chariot. You follow your intuition. You go to a place where you have positivity and enthusiasm. And just remember that there are some things money can't buy, and those are the things that you need right now. That's the reading. Back tomorrow again with another Tao Manifested Tarot reading. Between now and our next visit together, peace and blessings.